Have you guys ever had a panic attack? Seriously, if you've never had a panic attack, you probably don't even believe that they're real. I've had one. I had one panic attack and I couldn't get out of it. I called my father, and he's a psychiatrist. He ended up bringing me some medication that night. I ended up taking it. It stopped it. And the next morning I was hungover for pretty much close to 24 hours. It was horrible. Both events were horrible. I threw the rest of the pills away, and I decided that I was never going to let myself get that stressed. Now, although I haven't had another panic attack, I also met my teacher who helped me solve it. And fundamentally, there's a physiology behind why we as human beings get panic attacks, receive or find ourselves in panic attacks. Panic is, if you've ever been surfing and you get caught under a wave, well, what happens is if you struggle and you resist, you panic. But if you relax, it kicks you out. And the reason is that you're fighting the current, you're fighting the flow. And eventually it doesn't want to keep you in there. It wants to move things around like it does everything, which is why it comes and goes and turns and twists and everything underneath where you can't see it. Well, our life is like that too. However, the panic factor when you resist underwater is that your restriction of oxygen increases. You just don't have oxygen, and so you're panicking because you can't breathe. Anybody who can't breathe is going to panic. Try holding your breath for 5-6 minutes and see what happens, since you're going to panic a little bit. Your shoulders sit on top of your lungs, and your lungs fundamentally are what you use to breathe, primarily. Even though the diaphragm's involved, most people don't do diaphragmatic breathing. And so when your shoulders roll forward, the red light syndrome, they compress your shoulders further on top of your lungs, which makes it harder for you to breathe. Your labrums are involved, your subclavicles are involved. The reason I'm telling you all this is there's a way out of panic attacks. There's a way to get them released physically so that you can actually breathe and feel normal. And that's different from anxiety, that's different from heart flutters, that's different from what doctors would call AFib, that's different from a lot of other aspects that can cause stress and anxiety. However, the panic attacks, you can't function. You can't be present. You can't go to work. It's rough. There's a way out though, and I just want you to know that that exists. So there's hope.